This episode of the Opie Radio podcast sponsored by Eat Your Coffee, caffeinated snack bars. Want to try them for free? Text Opie, O-P-I-E, to 29071. This episode also sponsored by BlueChew.com. That's B-L-U-E Chew.com. BlueChew.com for your penis. Promo code Opie, O-P-I-E, to try it for free. Let's start this episode of the podcast with a track from Vic Henley's new CD. I think they still call them CDs, albums, downloads, I don't know. It's called Hell Is Real. And then we head over to Gephardt's, me, Vic, Sherrod, and Judd to celebrate the fact that Vic Henley has a new album, download, 8-track tape.
I was at a wedding a few months ago, and my niece got married, and I went home to Alabama, and so I'm sitting at the reception and at the bar, and these two girls walk up, and they're like 22, 23-year-old Alabama girls, and the one girl is telling her friend, obviously, about a third girl that she has decided to no longer be friends with, okay? Right? So I'm sitting here, and these two walk up, and I hear her turn to her friend, and she goes, "So anyway, I've just decided I'm going to have to wash my hands like Pontius Pilates on this bitch." And thank you for getting that. I've been in places where I've had to elaborate on that. I do the joke like a table or two laughs and everybody else is just staring at me like Amish people at Best Buy. They're just like... Pontius Pilate is the guy that wouldn't help Jesus. That's why Jesus gets crucified. Right. So, but if you didn't know, if you hadn't seen it written, it sounds like when you say pilot, it sounds like airline pilot. So you might think it's spelled P-I-L-O-T. You wouldn't know if you hadn't seen it in the Bible, right? And this girl's probably 22, 23 years old. So I know she's read the Bible or at least been beaten with it. And we call that a combo platter where I'm from. What it reminded me, it was like, "Thou shalt honor thy father and mother." Okay, thanks. So I'm sure she knew it was P-I-L-A-T-E, pilot, and then she also, 23 years old, probably been to some Pilates classes in her young life, I'm thinking. So she did what we do in Alabama, was took some actual information and then just morphed that with her idiocy and came up with Pontius Pilate.
What's going on, everybody? We are at Gephardt's on the Upper West Side here in Manhattan, New York City, and I got Vic Henley, Sherrod Small. Last minute Sherrod has made it.
I'm here, baby.
Early.
Yeah, I beat everybody here except for Dick Cox.
Know what's funny about him? He either doesn't show or is always late.
Early.
He's 2 minutes early, and he's basically like, "Where the fuck is everybody?
Where is everybody?" As soon as I was walking up the block and didn't see white faces, I got angry. I came from a Broad's house, so I was closer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Broad.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you did a little broad
I
action.
did a little broad
Were
action.
you swing dancing?
A little broad action
Jump,
for Sherrod.
jive, and ding, you really gotta jump down, all in the buzzer.
Cherry poppin'.
A little midday action.
Little midday action.
How is midday action?
Awesome.
Never bad. You know that.
Awesome, because you got your whole day ahead of
Of
you.
course, it's never bad, but I mean, you know, if you go to a strip joint during the day and you get the day crew,
Well, that's sad.
it's not
That's
as
a
good
whole other
as the
thing.
night crew. So I'm wondering if
That's a whole
midday
other
action is
thing.
a little step down. And
No,
a
midday
regular.
action is great.
midday
it's a
action's
regular.
great.
It's like running errands. You get to knock that out in the middle of the
Zip
day.
out, bring your own bag.
yeah,
That's a condom joke, right?
yeah, it is. And we got Judd Jones here as well.
Yes,
I just
sir.
got excited
Thank
because I
you.
saw.
Well, I'm not
Sherrod.
trying to tell your business or anything, but if I knew that you were going to give Sherrod such a big welcome. Maybe it should have been Vic Judd, then Sherrod.
Yeah, close out.
Now it's like, it's Sherrod and a turd in the punch bowl. Hey, Judd. All right, boy. How are you?
And Judd again.
Jesus
We can't
Christ,
get rid
man.
of Judd.
Dick Cox is bartending. He's the only man that brought liquor to a bar.
Never mind the
Nobody
bottle
brings
singular.
liquor.
It is
Yo.
a complete
Wild
bar
Turkey,
setup.
Jameson, Woodford.
The balls on this kid. He brings a
Mixers.
whole bar to a bar.
You show him the
drank
cup that you
cooler.
gave me, Dick?
The original Carl's first birthday party.
Yeah.
He had a similar setup.
Yeah.
But he had it on wheels.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, it's just me and him up at my local that's now closed. Probably because of this. Yeah. You saved me on my anniversary last year. That's a whole other side note. Your 7th anniversary gift is copper.
Okay.
So last year, being corny and coming up with something to the last second, I found the one cup
Oh, the copper
that I
that-
thought he had stolen from Gotham. I thought he stole. And I
No, he gave me like 3 of those.
I got 3. I got
So,
7.
I have one, but I went.
He's got 12 of them still wrapped in plastic.
I threw mine in an envelope, going, okay. I didn't know if my girl would know or not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this will be funnier. And she wrote me back. She goes, "This is the cutest thing ever." I scored monster big
Wow.
points
Nice.
with the copper mug
On the
from Big
Moscow Mule Cup.
Well, anyway,
Copper
now
cup.
back to the bar.
Yeah.
Matt Flynn's going. Okay, motherfucker can't come in here. He's already. He's getting out of the cooler. He's at the roller. It's a cooler on wheels.
Wow.
And he
can't bring
goes,
that
he
in
can't
here.
do that. And he goes, well, just. I go, well. So I go, Dig, put it over there in the corner.
Just set him up in the corner.
Set him over there, and he just, man. I go, don't make him take it outside. Somebody will steal it for sure. There's a fucking $200 worth of liquor in there. And so he rolled it over to the corner and set it down. And then we drank at the bar the rest of the night.
That's awesome.
And then next thing you know, we're back at my house. Here he's dragging it down the street. Here we go.
Dick Cox is a friend of all of ours, but you do know that Gephardt's has a full bar, and more beers than we could count, and every type of bourbon and whiskey.
Where's the South Carolina beer that you said you brought
He
up?
brought
Did
you a
bring some-
fruity beer.
There's an 18-pack of
He
it
got
here.
something they ain't got in
Even
here.
though I
though.
told him you were off the fruity
They
beer.
ain't got that. That's for you. Oh, he brought that special for you.
I told him.
Appreciate it, Sherrod.
He told me about it last night. I was like, okay, this is gonna be exciting.
Son of a
Is it
It's
called-
fruity.
What is it?
I'll take a sip.
It's a Son of a Peach from R.J. Rogers,
son of a peach.
Son of a peach.
and it's from a brewery in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Upstate.
Son of a peach.
That's called upstate.
Yes, sir.
In case you don't know the difference between upstate and downstate.
You know some slaves brewed this damn thing. Who are you kidding?
No, they didn't.
Who are you kidding?
Those peaches come from a long line of a fucking oppression.
Oppression. I was gonna say, you can taste the hatred. You can taste
The inequality in it.
the xenophobia. You can taste.
Try the beer though. I want you to
Open
see. I
it,
want to
try
see
the
your.
beer. All right.
I'm not a fruity beer guy.
But I told
I've been
him that.
misunderstood.
It was one time he
All right,
said
what is
he
this
liked a
again?
grapefruit
But
beer.
it's called Son of a Peach from R.J. Rogers Brewery in Spartanburg, South
Son
Carolina.
of a peach. That's
Son
beautiful.
of a peach.
You like it?
Is it good? I want in now. Wait a minute. I want in.
Is plantation good?
Wow, that's damn good.
Yowza.
I knew you would love it.
Yowza.
I know it's got
yowza.
pop in it because it's southern, and you know they're gonna fruit the shit out of it.
I'll tell you why. Once again, I like fruity beers if you can still taste the beer.
Right.
Oh, fuck. That's good.
Right? You could taste the beer
man, that's
still.
damn good. You're right.
Oh,
No.
that's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, give me one of those, Dick.
Yeah, I'm
There
on.
you
tell you,
go.
yeah.
Did you bring any peach cobbler?
Well, I was really mad at Ben & Jerry's when they stopped making the Willie Nelson's peach cobbler ice cream.
that was delicious.
That was my favorite Ben
Yes.
& Jerry's ever. And I'm
Yeah.
I never had.
I went-
that.
well, they had too much pot in it, so they.
Oh, did they? No.
I went Cherry
the
Garcia.
THC in it?
I went Cherry Garcia
Oh, well, that was
until
one-
my eye blew out.
my
What?
mom.
I'm allergic to cherries. I realized.
Really?
My mom,
Oh yeah,
Found
badly.
out that day, huh?
Badly, yes.
Wow.
growing up,
Whoa.
we hardly got ice cream. We had no snacks. Dirt poor. We never got anything.
Ice cream is cheap.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it ain't. Anything you gotta freeze, nigga, that's rich
we
people
got nothing.
desserts.
You
gotta cool it.
Right.
Oh, that's rich people food there.
When we got
a freezer?
when we got the second freezer for the garage. When my stepdad married my mom, we got the second freezer in the garage.
Oh, that's
you
living.
would have thought I had a Rolls Royce.
That's where you put the wild game.
We
up
already
there.
had the only garage in the neighborhood that wasn't a carport.
A carport.
Wait a minute.
There's a difference between
Yeah,
garage and we
and a
were
carport.
we were already
Yeah.
the only garage in the neighborhood.
Oh, really? Everybody else just had the outdoor.
Had the
fucking-
carport.
Yeah.
And then
That's some
And then,
southern
when, and,
shit.
then, and then when we got this freezer in the car, in the garage, everybody's like, "Now you're just crazy." And my mom, she liked cherry vanilla, and we all hated it.
Yeah.
And it was her brand, so every now and then when she felt like she wanted a treat for herself, she'd buy some cherry vanilla, knowing we wouldn't eat it. And then it was just like hanging meat in front of a dog, but he don't want that piece of meat.
Right.
You know, and we're my brothers, and I'm like, "God damn it!" Because she bought the Neapolitan, the chocolate vanilla strawberry.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was gone.
Y'all
in 8
ran
minutes.
right through that.
Gone in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So 30-something years later, and she's visiting me in New York, and I always remember that she liked cherry vanilla, and this little story that I just said, and something about Cherry Garcia came up, and I went, "Oh my goodness." I'm about to give you. I go, "Is it still your favorite cherry vanilla?" And she goes, "Yes." I went to the bodega and bought her a pint, and we went home. And it's the closest thing I've seen to my mother having an orgasm.
I seen her come closer.
Well, that's true. That is, I will not deny.
Little BBC.
I left him alone. I left him alone a few times.
Little BBC.
After George died. I'm like,
You know, why not? Why not?
this is good beer, Cox.
It's the peach beer. The racist beer is really good.
Back and 4 more in there, too.
I'm taking some of that home with me.
South Carolina
All right.
peaches.
What else?
Upstate.
What else did you bring, Dick Cox?
I got a little handle of Wild Turkey 101.
Magnum
That's a
of Wild
big
Turkey.
fucking
Handle
bottle,
of
man.
Tito's vodka, a Gosling's Black Label Black Rum, and a bottle of Jameson.
And what's that
You
big
got
ass bottle behind you over there?
Oh, yeah. Woodford Reserve. I'm keeping that behind me because I like that.
Are you up here for a Civil War reenactment, or are they doing that in Central Park?
I thought every day in New York was that.
Oh, Civil War? Don't bring up that southern aggression again. Keep that
Guns
shit
N' Roses, Civil War. When all in the Civil War.
Well, thanks for having us, Dick. I guess it's your party. Matt
his
had no
bar at this
choice.
point.
What?
I go, Matt, and he's like, I know. It's.
He came and left.
I couldn't wait to see. Well, both of you actually.
Yeah.
Guess what I tried the other day?
Black pussy. Am I right?
I told you that story already. I was
You
going,
did tell me.
I was going down,
I
and,
actually do know that
and I
story.
had to retreat.
Yeah, you
I
said
had
it
a
was stink.
retreat. I had a
I actually
retreat.
did know that story.
He was
The
going
only
down to some
time-
stink girl.
It's a whole other.
The only
it's a
time
whole-
I had a retreat.
Judge dumbfounded. He's gobsmacked.
Well, no, it's just-
as the British would
As
say,
much
he's
as Sherrod, I love so much. He just instinctively, like just so quickly with black pussy. There's no hesitation
No
whatsoever.
hesitation. Right
Not
in.
at all.
Well, because what does not go with that? Look at him.
Hip hop music.
It's easy. It's an easy game.
right.
Easy game.
No.
Sickle cell.
No. I ate for the first time in my life squirrel.
What?
Oh,
Squirrel.
fried or stewed?
It was in a
Fried or stewed?
no, it was stewed in a soup.
Brains?
Brains.
The brain. Well, you
gotta
if you
put the
like-
brains
I'm not
in for the
eating
flavor.
squirrel.
No, if you-
How about you be proud that I at least
No,
tried?
You
it?
won't know
do
about the
whole-
brains.
You got to
It's
do
just
the
gonna be the
brains.
stew.
You got to do the brains. Yeah, you got to do the brains.
Wait, I got to ask Fish Guy Photos if he put the brains in.
Where did you have it?
always
In the
put the
South
brains.
side?
So I did an episode of the podcast with this guy Chris, a good friend of mine out east. He has a red-tailed hawk. We went hunting with the red-tailed
That's
hawk,
dope.
I saw that.
Now
that was
that's dope.
insane.
and we
In the membrane.
and this thing is hanging out on the trees,
Yeah, like,
hopping from tree to tree with a little bell on it, right?
Right.
Just looking over the area. Next thing you know, it dive bombed out and so quick. We didn't get to see the actual kill, but then it took about 15 minutes to find Emmy, the
Right.
red-tailed hawk, and she got a rabbit and then went to town right in front of us.
like tearing a rabbit up?
Tore it apart, and then it found the soft
went right
Underbelly.
underbelly and just pulled out stuff like it was spaghetti. And then my buddy Chris goes, "All right, that's enough," because he wanted her to hunt a little more. So
Right.
he put it in his little brown bag to take it home. Gave her a little more as the hunt
Did
went
she
on.
get mad when you took it away?
No, man.
He just walked over and said, "Okay," and took it away. And
Allows her to
She
eat
didn't-
a little bit, and
she
then
didn't pick
actually
it-
what he does.
like another animal might snap at you if you.
No,
took
this is
their
a very
food
good
away
question
while they're
because it's falcon. It's part of falconry,
Right. Right.
Where then he
Raptors.
He trades her, so he takes the full
Oh, right, he
rabbit
gives something to her.
and
Right,
gives her
right.
something. I think they call a bait. I think
Right.
the whole thing is fascinating because he weighs.
It's unbelievable.
He weighs the bird, and when she weighs a certain weight, then he takes her out to these chosen spots out east on Long Island. And
He weighs the
actual bird
to see how heavy she is.
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Can't get too fat, right?
No, because if she's
like a
slightly
good pet
underweight,
owner.
then she's hungry.
Right.
It's a whole thing.
That's a good pet owner.
It's a whole thing. So we didn't catch squirrels that day, but when I was doing that episode, he's like, "Oh, you gotta try squirrel." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So I did a whole episode where we hung out and he cooked rabbit, squirrel.
That's awesome.
And the neck of a deer.
Ooh, I like neck meat.
Venison.
Venison. Yeah.
And the venison was amazing.
The squirrel?
The rabbit was dry. He was bummed that he couldn't fry it. I
Right.
guess he put it in some kind of brown
you gotta
sauce
do
stew.
that. You can make that
And then he hands me a bowl that could only be described as it looked like chicken soup.
Right.
And I'm like, all right.
So he
fuck.
stewed it. He stewed
So
it.
I went in big, huge
It was
spoonful, and I couldn't believe it. It honestly tasted like turkey.
Yeah.
So it was like a turkey soup, and I gobbled up the whole bowl. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's greasy. If you fried it, you got to be careful with it. Like any year, I was watching Winter's Bone, is Jennifer Lawrence's first movie.
Oh, yeah.
I believe, and there's a scene in the movie where she skins a squirrel,
Yeah.
and she really did. And she learned how to shoot a .22 rifle and kill the squirrel, and she's teaching the 12-year-old her brother in the movie, and they're pulling them, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I remember when I was goddamn 9 years old. I was sitting there, and I still remember because my mother never liked it, but every now and then somebody wanted it.
Right.
Some big family get together.
Right.
So it would be put up on my mom because she was the best cook.
So she had to prepare
She'd
the
had to
squirrel?
even though she didn't, she's like, it's too greasy. It's
Too greasy.
Like the meat's too greasy.
The meat's too greasy. And some of them want it fried. And just like in the movie, because Jennifer Lawrence goes, you want it stewed or fried? And the two little kids go, fried.
Yeah.
Make it fried. Make it
Well,
fried.
everything
And
tastes.
I'm like,
Make
oh
it
my
fried.
God, it's 1971.
Always.
And I'm at the goddamn Flint reunion out here in Ohatchee, Alabama. And my mother's going, I ain't doing the brains. I don't care what anybody says. I told y'all, I don't like this shit anyway.
Yeah.
But she was a great cook and she could season it right.
I'll text Chris and see if he put the brains in there without telling me.
But you liked it though, huh?
I liked the squirrel. Then I was amazed with like
Meat's meat if it's
Meat's
good. That's
meat.
what Dick Cox said.
there's
yo.
a lot of people that go hungry, and there's how many fucking squirrels there are in New York City.
Enough to feed us.
Enough to
Right.
feed a lot of people
Yeah.
that would probably be happy with that, right?
Yeah.
See, I'd rather.
Because I called in on one of your episodes when you still on serious about eating dog in China.
Oh, yeah, in cages. Yeah. And then you just gave me a flashback of my autism with you go hungry. Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, bow, bow.
Right. Rubber biscuit.
Right. Oh, that is the name
Bow,
of the
bow,
song.
bow. It's called Rubber Biscuit. Bow, bow,
Right.
bow.
Hey, la, la, hey, la, hey,
Bow,
la,
bow,
la.
bow.
Know who played that? Dr. Demento. That was a staple on
nice.
Dr.
Oh,
Demento. And then we were talking about, when you see the fishermen in New York City, Manhattan, especially on the East River.
Yeah.
Because people go, why aren't you fishing in New York? And I'm like, because the people that fish in New York City, they don't play because they are fishing for their dinner.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah,
it.
you see them like on the west side when I ride my bike. You see
Right.
a whole bunch of motherfuckers up there fishing.
There's a bit of a desperation with the people that fish in New York City, especially in the East River.
No,
Okay.
on my side.
No,
that's what I was gonna
they
say.
need to catch
I'm over there
something.
by Carl Schultz
Yeah.
Park. They got 9
Yeah,
lines
so-
running.
yeah.
Oh, no,
they're
they
not
don't-
fucking
yeah,
around.
They don't fuck around, and I'm not gonna hit. And if you're a fisherman, you know where all the good spots are. So if I show up with my stupid pole, it's.
I
not
remember
gonna
one
be
time I was
pretty.
riding my bike on the west side, and the cops are over there because they was pulling a body out of the out of the Hudson.
Yeah.
There's a big bloated fucking body, and it's a couple feet up. Some dude out there fishing right next to the body. I'm like, this dude don't give a fuck. He gonna pull out a class ring.
Bow, bow, bow.
How do you think they caught the freaking dead body? He probably hooked it.
Probably hooked. Yeah, they had the whole thing out there.
The rings on the metal.
Yeah.
And they had the scuba guys out there. Dude was still fishing right next to it.
Sure.
They pulling the body out.
I hung with those guys for my birthday. Somebody, a good friend of mine, set up this thing where they patrol the rivers,
Yeah.
the police, and I went with the dive team, and they gave me a full loop of Manhattan. It was one of the most amazing days of my life. And then we ended up at the Statue of Liberty as the sun was going down. It was a perfect birthday gift from
Nice.
this friend of mine. But anyway, I was talking to those guys, and they jump into the Hudson River. They literally said the visibility is maybe a foot.
yeah.
So when they have to go in for a dead body, how creepy is this? They're feeling around with their
foot.
hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? It's one thing if you dive and you see the body.
Right.
But imagine now you're like, we think it's in this area. Maybe they use sonar or radar, sonar, I guess it would be. And then all of a sudden you go in and now you got to feel around. And they're on lines and everything because they said it's unbelievable how bad it is.
Like the Riptide and all the darkness.
Darkness and all sorts of crap down there.
Yeah.
Back to Winter's Bone.
It's chunky.
At the end of the movie.
It's chunky, right.
Reach in there and grab his hand. Reach in there, child.
Yeah.
Reach in there, child. Drag him up. Turn this chainsaw on. You want his hands? You want your house back? It's a great movie if you've never seen it.
She got the role because she's from Kentucky.
It's a very obscure.
So they asked, "Can you skin a squirrel?" And she said, "Yeah."
Fuck yes, I can.
I gotta say hi to a young lady.
Sherrod's knocking at his
I know
ladies
models,
walking
nigga.
by.
No, hang on. Now we got
A model just walked by
He
and
lives
we
on
lost
the east
Sherrod.
side. He's got him on the west side.
Something.
He knocks on the window. He's got to run
Cue
out
up
real quick.
Afternoon Delight. Scotland Vocal Band.
Very nice.
All right, as Sherrod wanders off to say hi to a young lady, we're looking at a guy that definitely doesn't need the Blue Chew. March, it's here. What do they say? It comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Well, that sounds good for weather, but not for your sex life. Me clever. If you want to be more like a lion and less like a lamb, then listen up. We're talking about Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. BLUE. BlueChew.com. All right, Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. Perfect. They're cheaper than a pharmacy, too. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com. That's the color blue, so it's BLUE Chew.com. BlueChew.com. Get your first shipment free when you use the special promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E. Just pay the $5 shipping. Again, that's blue, BLUE Chew.com, BlueChew.com. Promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E to try it for free. Blue Chew, it's the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. All right, we took care of your penis. Now we're going to take care of your energy. Got a brand new sponsor to the Opie Radio podcast. It's Eat Your Coffee. They're caffeinated snack bars. My favorite is peanut butter. They sent me a whole bunch of samples, and I went right through the peanut butter. They also have other flavors like cocoa espresso, fudgy mocha latte, the pumpkin spice, and many other flavors. Eat Your Coffee was founded by college students who wanted a quicker, more natural way to stay alert, so they created the original naturally caffeinated snack bar fueled by organic coffee. And they've crafted these bars with a range of like vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, and kosher snacks from bars to nut butters ready to fuel your day. Each of the snacks, they have either a shot of espresso or a cup of coffee in each one, and it's always fueled by real organic coffee. And they have options for just about everyone, from keto connoisseurs to endurance athletes to the busy mom just looking for a midday pick-me-up. I love Eat Your Coffee, and I think you're going to love it too. The good folks at Eat Your Coffee is extending the same free trial they gave me to you, my listener. If you want to give this a try, you can pick any of their free trial options. Just chip in for the shipping. From the original snack bar line, their keto bundle, or the one they put together for the chocolate lovers like myself. Like myself. What an idiot. I do love Eat Your Coffee, though. Just text OPIE, O-P-I-E, that's O-P-I-E, to 29071. 29071. Text OPIE to 29071 to give Eating Your Coffee a try. And welcome aboard, Eat Your Coffee.
Opie Radio.
Wow, wherever Sherrod goes.
He's on the prowl.
I'm not
constantly.
joking. It is so cold in New York City today. No one's walking by the sidewalk here at Gephart's. One girl walked
bringing her
by.
up.
She's a fucking smoke show. Oh, hey.
Oh, I know Danielle.
Hi,
Hi,
Danielle. How are
Danielle. I
you?
know Danielle. Hey, Danielle.
How are you?
Where you coming from? What's
With her
going on?
almost Billy Jack
I
hat
went to go pick
on.
up a baby shower gift at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Okay.
because People feel that you should be paying for their fucking children. So this is baby number 3. Why don't you save your shit?
There we go.
That'd be annoying. So I did that.
Good to see you, D.
You too.
Yes!
That is funny, though. Yeah, why don't you keep your shit? We kept our shit because we knew we were going to have another kid.
Right. You're supposed to have a bassinet and your blankets and your bottles.
Yeah, it's like one thing for like diapers or like clothes if it's a different sex. But if you're putting bottles and shit back on the registry and like pumps and stuff, that's so goddamn annoying. I ignored half of like the stuff on the registry. I was like, I'm gonna get your baby clothes and some diapers. That's what you're getting.
That's awesome.
She comes in and she kills it.
Killed it.
Bye, Danielle.
Bye, babe.
I'm gonna make mistake number 2.
Oh, you're going mistake number 2.
We're eating chicken later.
Yeah, we're gonna go
We're eating
do some fried chicken.
and goddamn deviled eggs.
The Jameson has been opened.
In the spirit of Deadwood, say when.
Oh, nice.
When?
All right, there you go.
There, Dick Cox, if you don't mind. There.
Yes, sir.
All right, nice enough. All right.
We eating fried chicken and deviled eggs.
Yeah, we got to go deviled egg.
Deviled egg with the fried oyster on top. I told Judd. I told
I'm on
Judd.
board with that.
You know, what I was going to tell Opie before, too, is that for those really big parties out on the other end of Southampton and stuff like that, they go down to the beach and they actually tap like 6 guys, like, we need this much fish, this much stuff, and they just catch them and bring them right up to their house.
Oh, really?
And prepare them because they got they got full cooks and chefs on staff.
Right on, man.
So when they have a party, they just go out and catch the stuff and then bring it right in.
I give all that fish to my neighbors for the most part because I don't even really like striped bass.
How many? Oh, it's not really?
It's
That's
good.
because you don't know how to fucking cook.
Well, because I try to eat healthy, so it's a fish that you
Pour
gotta.
some Rio's marinara on top of it.
Angry Vic's coming out because of the Jameson. I'm in trouble. But you're not wrong because I mean if you put the breadcrumbs and the butter and the lemons and all that stuff, then it's pretty tasty.
Let me tell you one thing about Danielle, who just came in here. First of all, she's Brazilian too.
Okay.
But I've been friends with her for like 20 years. When our good friends Paige, who was with us every day, married to Eddie Murphy right now.
Oh, really?
That's Eddie Murphy's. They got babies. Paige. That's my homie.
Oh, no kidding.
She's another smoke show. They all smoke shows. But yeah, her best friend's married to Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's up to 10 kids, I think.
Yeah, the last one is Paige's.
Oh, no kidding.
You gotta see Dolomite.
Not yet.
It's fucking great.
It's
so
I
fucking
watched
good.
it 3 times already.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Not that I. You know,
I think
he's
what
black.
happened
He's
with that
obligated.
is people didn't realize.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't realize it's a real, actual story.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
A
the
real
story of Rudy
dude.
Ray Moore.
Yeah.
Rudy Ray Moore created this character that became a huge hit on the race records, which is fucking wonderfully done, and Eddie fucking kills it.
I don't know the story.
He's on the race record. He's like Red
He
Fox.
does stand up, but he used to do like old time like jokes from the South, like black people used to do.
So like Pryor would do Mudbone or
Yeah.
something, or Red Fox would do a character.
Yeah.
He did this character
created that
called
character.
Dolomite.
Dolomite.
Why is
he
it-
had he sold his movies out of his car. He got big deals. He had a success.
Oh,
major
I've never
success.
heard of him
But then he
before.
died. But if you look up, he got like fucking 12
Rudy
movies
Ray
out.
Moore.
Yeah.
Right.
When
right.
we were
That he
stealing
made-
records,
And
out of the
listening to
mall,
them, yep.
out of every comedy category, we'd
Yep.
always go, "Who's this Rudy Ray Moore fucker?"
You have to
And we
listen
start
to it in a
pulling them out, we're
basement
like,
away from your
Holy
parents.
shit!
Really?
Then you found out your parents was listening
Yep.
to it the whole time. It's like, goddamn, yeah, we could have did this thing together.
We're both being sneaky.
They get so drunk. The parents would get so drunk when I was growing up, and when
Yeah.
they get so fucked up, and they knew we had all the Pryor and the Red Fox,
Yeah.
and all this shit, and so they'd wake us up sometimes because they heard us listening in the basement.
Right.
So they'd wake us up drunk and go, "Do that thing that you said earlier." And I'm like, "I hope you get sickle cell."
That shouldn't be funny.
Classic.
I'm doing the Pryor. Want to eat cold too, nigga. That's
Oh, it's
fucking
so
do it, Bubba.
good.
No, nigga, I don't want no radio. You know,
Pryor's so
just
good, man.
fucking doing Pryor.
Yes,
And they
it's
get
so
so
funny.
fucked up they thought it was amusing to have the children.
Yes, it always is, though. It always is.
Funny every time, right?
Right.
I'm gonna watch Dolomite. I'm too busy watching
It's
that.
a good movie.
I'm too busy watching that McDonald's documentary.
I'm done with it. It's over.
What,
There's
the-
only 3.
those-
McMillions.
Well, who
I didn't
stole
see the
money?
third episode yet.
Oh.
I didn't see the third episode.
Was it the
Where-
Hamburglar who took all the money?
Grimace. Grimace.
How great is that movie?
Grimace.
How great is that
it's really
documentary?
good. It's really good.
So it turns out the Monopoly pieces, no one won the big prizes because it
The
was
mob. No,
the
it's
mob
not.
and friends and family of that
It's fucking
marketing
wonderful.
company, right?
It's so
Right.
goddamn amazing.
They won all the shit?
Because
That
they're
is
so
smart. fart.
Because they're so clean in Americana, and yet you're never an inch away in Americana from fucking death and the mob.
Yeah.
Don't ever think
Right
you're a
around the
blink
corner.
away from, everything's fine. It's all
No.
We're going to go see Princess Bride, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
No, fuck
But
you.
it's
Any company that uses trucks,
Trump, correct.
the mob is there too. nigga.
But a tipster,
what Freddie-
a
that's
tipster
what
calls the
Freddie used to
police
say.
department and says basically you got to look into this shit because the names they're all related even though they have different last names, and then it gets deeper and there's a
somebody go
mob
to jail?
connection and
Oh, everybody.
everybody.
Well,
You fuck.
Well,
it,
sorry.
It don't matter. Oh well, I figured it's
But
going
they-
that
it's-
way.
How
I
many
just like the fact
episodes
there's
are there?
only
Three.
Three
How about
1-hour
that
episodes.
FBI agent?
Yeah, he sounds
Jesus
like me.
Christ.
I love
He
that guy.
Unbelievable.
Nick Cox did. He sounds like me with a goddamn criminal justice degree.
That's it,
And I'm just
exactly.
running rampant. It's like me on Judge Judy.
Yeah.
And he's just gorgeous. He wants to go undercover. And they're like, well, you have to go through training before you're allowed to go. He's like, fuck that shit.
And then everybody else who knows him was like, no, he'll be all
Like,
right.
put him in,
He'll
put him
do good.
in.
He'll do good.
Wow.
Dude, this
I gotta
guy's
watch it.
the
He
guy's
gets
a clown.
like a
right?
hillbilly, like
fucking
And the whole
perfect.
movie just like
yeah.
that
fucking
crazy
dork.
smile of his,
Yeah.
that dorky
Fucking-
smile.
I've never
He's
been.
priceless.
No, I wanted to be
I
him.
swear to God,
I gotta watch it.
But hold on, really fast. Because of him, I was starting to think the movie was fake. I'm like, there's
Right.
no way this
Okay,
guy's
no,
real.
I like it.
I'm
I
like,
like
there's
it.
no way
I
this
like it.
guy's real.
I like it.
All
Like
right.
a Christopher Guest thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a bullshit.
And you
thing.
turned me on to
Yeah,
that
nobody
damn.
thinks I'm real either.
You turned me on to Don't F with Cats.
Well,
Oh yeah, that was good. I watched that. I watched that. That fucking psychopath.
That's
Know what the beauty of that movie is?
nothing.
The whole internet goes crazy because this guy's killing
Yeah,
cats
yeah,
online.
yeah.
Most people know the movie by now. They didn't go as crazy when the same guy killed a dude online.
yes.
They
When-
cared more about the cats than the humans.
There's like I don't know that dude, but
Well, we all know cute kittens.
That's society, though. Did you see that? Did you see that news story about the dolphins that were stabbed or shot or something in Florida that
No.
washed up?
No.
I don't know. Some people, rednecks down there going crazy. $20,000 reward if you can find out who killed that dolphin.
Really?
Right.
There was
we
one
don't give a
dolphin?
shit about humans. $20,000 who killed the dolphin.
Wow.
That was put up. That's
Meanwhile,
out there right
milk
now.
cartons.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Right.
No-
We don't care about humans.
Yeah, no one cares what's on the side of a milk carton, but
It's really good.
the peach beer is good. The racist beer is good. Dick Cox.
the racist beer.
You know there's some kind of connection. Come on.
Yo, that beer held back my grandparents, but it's flavorful.
It's called Son of a Peach.
You gotta take the good with the bad. They used to
That's
say.
right. That's right.
Fruit wheat ale,
I kind
unfiltered.
of like the upstate. South Carolina's a weird state because there's upstate and there's downstate, and downstate I don't really like except for Charleston and the beach.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. And then upstate is kind of hillbilly. I kind of like it.
How you feeling, by the way? You heard he got hit by a car, right?
Who?
This
oh
guy.
yeah, that's right. The
I'm alive.
couple weeks ago.
5 weeks. I'm alive.
No,
Did you
even
notice I
longer
was behind
now.
the wheel and couldn't you?
That's why. If you listen to it, I said I did not pursue litigation because I knew it was you.
He didn't go for the lawsuit. Uber driver too, bro.
Uber drivers are the worst. Was it a woman?
Yeah, the woman passenger.
But
passenger.
But you would have got the money from Uber, not the guy.
Yeah.
That's a.
Well,
Well, there can be
Maybe.
long-term effects. Could be long-term effects.
and it knocked you down, right?
Could be long-term effects.
Knocked my ass off the fucking.
He was bleeding
Right.
dark red.
He
From
went
it.
ass over
Knocked my
tea
ass
kettle.
over. It was
Dark
bad.
bread from what?
I peed blood for a day.
He got hit from the kidney all the way up to
I
his
got hit
head.
by a car. It was real.
Are you not pressing charges?
Nope.
It must be nice to be rich and white, huh? Look at you.
I know him.
I come from a litigious people.
I know him.
You would be like, was it Rodney Dangerfield? My arm. Sharon would be, oh, my arm.
Caddyshack.
Look around
I like
really
Caddyshack.
quick and go, oh, my arm.
It's a parking lot.
Dangerfield. Oh, so funny.
But that's a Southern thing too. I think you'll agree with me on this. Like stuff that normally would happen to somebody else up here that's been up here all their lives.
Yeah.
Everything we're like, it's all right. I'm okay.
It's all the bravado, the southern bravado. Yeah. Meanwhile, you pissing blood.
That's only the first part. That's only the first part.
What happened?
Then a few more days go by and he electrocutes himself and he goes flying onto the floor.
What?
touching some
We're
live
gonna recap
wires
all this for people?
for him.
Wait, when did
And
that
I wanted-
happen? At your house?
Okay,
And,
yes,
and people
but-
want an update.
Yo,
No, there's no update.
Vic.
I'm hairless now.
You are.
Holy shit.
I still got eyebrows.
You got eyebrows. So you're Brazilian too.
I am. Thank you, Dick Cox.
I'm hairless now.
So wait, what happened?
He was trying to fix something. Oh, sorry.
No, wait,
it's your
I had,
story. Jesus.
Seamus and I were working on some light
I
fixtures.
knew Seamus was involved.
But there's 2 switches in my house, and I thought they were both on off, and one of them was on.
Okay.
And I was fucking with it, trying to look at it, and it zapped me to the floor, basically.
Were you standing on like a chair or something?
No, it was straight, no, because...
Oh, it just knock you down?
Well, we couldn't get this... I got these things from the MoMA, and they're fucking wonderful.
Right.
But they blew up after 10 years. So I thought I'm going to have to... And here, me and James are in here with needle nose pliers and all this other shit. And then we went out of town, and I came back, and blah, blah, blah. And one side is just bare wires sticking out of the wall. And I'm like, okay, so I got that side. And the other side is the unit a little bit. And I'm going to go on Home D and look for, I got to buy new stuff. And so... I thought I checked.
He's like, hey, Seamus, watch this.
You thought you checked the switch.
Both of them were, because there's 2.
Right.
And I would have.
You looked at one twice.
Right. That's what I did. You're right.
You old son of a bitch.
Absolutely right.
Why do we laugh at
Zapped
this?
my ass to the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what I told him on the last of this, again, if we're rehashing, the best part of this was I told my older brother, I'm like, I almost died today. And he goes, listen to this. And he told me like 12 stories.
Oh, yeah.
You think you're stupid.
Yeah. Was Seamus there when it happened?
No.
You was by yourself?
Yeah, but I let go of it. So luckily, if you let go of it, you actually just fall
But sometimes
down.
you can't let go
Yeah,
of it.
sometimes you get glued
Well,
to
I
that
let go
fucking
that
current.
goddamn day.
Yeah.
Or your body weight dropped.
Maybe. Yeah, your legs gave out. Pulled you off.
I was drawn back to. I was watching the country music series by Ken Burns, and I think Hank Jr. Not Hank Sr.
All right,
I think
Junior.
Hank Jr.
You got inspired by
brought me
recklessness.
back. I think
But Vic, of your brothers, you're the only one with a college degree, right?
You're not supposed to say that, Dave.
All right, sorry. But
That's
that's
true. They hate it when I
that's
say that.
that's the
All
race.
right.
That's
I'm
the
the only Henley that can actually prove I went to Auburn. Y'all's are sports clippings. Mine's a goddamn degree. I actually have a fucking degree.
but that
Now, luckily, they're not going to ever hear this.
right.
But
But they hate it when I say that. They hate it when I
they
say
can go back.
But that's the ratio.
Yes,
though.
they can.
They can go back and finish.
Yeah, they could. That's the ratio though, because they got 10 incidents to your 1. I've got my degree and I'm working on a master's, but I freaking got scars on me from all kinds of bullshit.
See?
Yeah.
No, Mike, I almost had. Mike's 3 credits away. My middle brother, who is the funniest
That's
Henley.
it?
Mike Henley is as funny as Richard Pryor and Phil King. That's my 2 best friends. Is Mike Henley, but Phil King, but Richard. Mike Henley is the funniest motherfucker that I've ever been around. He's 3 credits away. Wow. And I was working at a sun tanning studio. Terry Henley had a big idea my summer, because before I went back and graduated and started running the bookmaking operation, that's a whole other story. But we're running, Terry thought the name of the sun tanning place is called Tan in the Shade.
I love great business ideas.
I got my tan in the shade. I'm working fucking 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
I'm working. It's when you laid in those coffin fucking things. And
Yeah.
So Mike would, my best brother, and now fuck you, Terry Henley. Mike Henley would come to the show. He'd show up on every fucking Friday. He'd roll in like Dick Cox with the cooler. And because I had to sit there. I'm working I'm there at 9 in the morning. I'm working 80, 90 hours a week. It's me and Terry Henley in the coffin tan business, and we're making a fortune, and it's all cash.
Wow.
That had never happened. So we're below a craft shop that sold yarn and knitting needles.
Right.
everybody had a glue gun.
Michaels.
Wanted to be right.
Yeah.
So Mike would roll in. So one Friday, Mike tells me, I can go back anytime and graduate. I'm like, what? He goes, I can go back anytime. I'm 3 credits shy. All I got to do, and I'm like, and I'm going back in the fall. I'm like, come live with me.
No kidding.
Fuck you. Come live. Just graduate.
One dumb
Come
class
on.
and party for a
Somebody's
semester.
got to do this.
Right.
It's me. Come on, me and you. And
Right.
we will shove this down Terry Henley's throat for the rest of our fucking life.
Why didn't he do it?
He got a better job.
Oh, all right.
He
Fair
walks
enough.
in, but we had happy hour every fucking Friday.
Right.
He'd roll in there like Dick Cox. We sit there in the fucking office and tan in the shade.
Was it mostly like women clientele? Oh yeah. I believe it.
Gotta be.
That's a good hookup. Goddamn it.
Did you have the hidden cameras?
Oh no.
You thought about
There's
it.
2 other.
He's like, no, oh no.
He hesitated a little bit right
He
there.
had to wait for the technology to catch up.
You're
You know how easy it is with the drop ceilings?
You're reminding me of 2 weird. There's 2 weird stories that go with this. One was when the tan started to fade.
Yeah.
Terry decides we have to have a fake prize. We're gonna have if you buy 7 tans in the next 10 days, if you spend all this money, you're gonna win it. And he goes, fantasy trip to Jamaica.
Oh my God! It was.
All right.
It's like so we're only
HBO's going to make a documentary on the Henleys.
we're only selling 100 tickets. We're only selling 100 tickets. 100 tickets, $50 each. $50 gets you
50 bucks?
$50 gets you 10 tans.
Okay.
$50
Okay.
$50 gets you 10
Okay.
tans.
And a chance to go to Jamaica.
And a chance to go
Jamaica.
on the
Okay.
fantasy trip. to
On the
Jamaica.
fantasy trip.
Fantasy
All right.
trip to Jamaica.
So
Yeah.
we're halfway into this. I don't know anything that's going on. I'm talking to Terry one day, and I'm like, if you contacted a resort, is there something going on? He's like, it's a lie. So he knows two of my best friends at the time were David Dollahide and David Loreno. He goes, call Dollahide and Loreno. It's all a fake. So we sold the fucking packages.
Right.
And then brought Dollahide and Loreno down and took a picture of them and put them up on the wall.
And
like
so they won?
Oh my God! That's how you got away with it.
You did the McDonald's Millions.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
you want to hear the end of this story? Oh my God.
You got to know it's a bad ending.
No, it's a great ending.
It's a great ending.
No, this is amazing.
let me hear it.
All right.
This is Terry Henley at his best. When this thing is raging and everybody was in the tanning business, he's talking to all these guys that are starting other businesses and investing money and doing stuff.
Yeah.
And so Terry's like, I'm banking like $80,000 a week off the $80,000 a month off the books.
Right.
We're just knocking it out. We're killing it. So it's drifted down. 7, 8 years later, I'm about to graduate from Auburn, and not even that. It's slower than that. But anyway, he's going to sell it to somebody finally for like $30,000. And he's at lunch. He's at a barbecue joint. He's at Ollie's Barbecue in goddamn Birmingham, Alabama.
Big shout out.
That have Bible verses on the table.
Nice.
Because Jesus said, thou shalt have sauce.
Yeah, they got Bible verses as the placemats. You get a different one every time.
Yeah. So this dude sees Terry, and he goes, what's going on, buddy? And Terry goes, well, I'm about to go up here and sell the tanning stuff. And the guy goes, you told me you were going to sell that to me. And Terry's like, hell, that was 7 years ago, buddy, or 5 or whatever, but enough time.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I thought that was bullshit. We were just talking. And Terry goes, he's about to sell it for $35,000. He goes, I told you. He goes, what are you selling it for? And Terry goes, $80,000. And the guy goes, I'll give you $75,000.
Sold.
And he didn't look at the books or nothing.
Wow.
Walked to the bank with Terry.
Oh
What?
my God!
Bought the fucking business. He
Beautiful.
made $40-some thousand at lunch.
Wow.
That's
I love
strong.
Terry Henley at his
Beautiful.
finest.
That is awesome.
Now, there are other stories where he will tell you that he lost.
Sure, that same amount of money.
Same amount of money.
Yeah, of
Now,
course.
That's my favorite thing about my older brother. He'll tell you big fails,
The
big
good and the
success.
bad.
Yeah.
No. But
That's
fucking
crazy.
tan in the shade. Now the last tan in the shade story is this. We had a creepy dude, and so I'm working 80 hours a week, and whenever I had 4 or 5 hours off, Terry made his wife come over and sit in for me.
Right.
So we had this dude that was a regular customer, and we found out later he's a pervert. And so he tells us.
Wait, what is he getting done at the tanning salon?
He's tanning.
But what's the perversion?
He wants somebody. He's going in there and he wants somebody to look at him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He ain't got us on that yet.
Right.
He's popping in like he's a nice guy and he's selling T-shirts and he's got the Polo logo, but the guy's falling off the horse.
Yes.
Instead of being on the horse.
I get it. I've seen them.
So he's like, hey, I'm selling this.
Yeah.
I could call my sister-in-law right now, and she would tell me his name.
We don't need.
Well, they arrested him. No.
Oh, really?
No, because this went on. Because Terry immediately, me and Lisa are going. Well, he's like, how's everything going? I'm like, everybody's tanning, everything's fine. Thank God for Lisa coming down here and giving me a break every now and then.
Right.
Like this one weird fucker comes in because we had our restroom was by the lobby, and he'd shit and talk to you.
From the
door open?
Oh, Lordy.
Crack it.
Yeah,
He crack
sure.
it open.
So you can hear.
Not fully open.
That's right.
but
Wide
he's
stance.
got
Stance.
He's got his weird
That's
polo
right.
shirt on. He's like, hey, everything.
Hoping you would pee.
Bubba, no.
You know, even though we knew he was weird, but he's spending.
Right.
He wants to win the fantasy Jamaica package.
Right. He's in this.
Oh, he's in on the contest.
Oh, he's our best. He's throwing money in.
Yeah.
Henley's rule, man.
He going in the dark.
So he's in on
Did
the
he have his
trip.
dick out when she went in there?
She finally, one time he was laying in the thing.
Yeah.
And he went, hey, the power went out or something.
Dirty son of a bitch.
And she went 911 immediately.
Oh, really?
And he jumped up and ran out. And then they got him 2 tan salons down the road later.
Running the same thing.
That was his thing.
He
That's
made
his
it one
thing.
down
That was
the
his
road.
bird.
Then he made it one more down the road.
And then they
and
got
by
him.
then, because Lisa already called 911.
So
on
did
him.
Lisa walk in on him when he said the power
No,
was
he
out?
didn't. No. Lisa, he called. She looked around the corner.
I knew what was
he
going
goes,
on.
I need some help.
Wow.
She looked
He's
around
over there
the corner.
spread eagle?
No, right.
What a
And
sick
I'm
son of a
fucking-
bitch.
No
I'm-
Jamaica trip for you.
I'm at the Golden Rule having the best fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah, of course.
I'm working 88.
Tan
He
in
was
the
called
dark.
it tan in the dark.
Goddamn, something I'm gonna remember his fucking name.
Don't say his name, Vic.
I want to say it. It's Bob. It's Bob's the first
All
name.
right, Vic
Sure.
loves
course
saying
it's Bob.
names.
Bob something.
We don't need the name. It's too good.
Terry Henley wanted to murder
Too
this
good.
son of a bitch.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh,
Too good.
Because first of all, he thinks me and Lisa are crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just not going, y'all are stupid. Y'all are sitting there watching too much All My Children. And
Yeah.
Vic smoking pot and sneaking around the back. And there ain't no goddamn, nobody's jacking off. And she's like, no, it's somebody's jacking off. And this motherfucker. And the polo's off the horse. And there's something weird.
That was the giveaway.
He wanted to get caught jerking. What a fucking weirdo.
What do you think of the Astros?
Cheating sons of bitches. Cheating sons of. They all should be thrown out for some period of time.
You think?
Why not?
You don't think all teams are cheating?
Well, right. I mean, that's what anybody up here is going to say.
But when a league full of cheaters say you a cheater, you've been doing some
Well,
other
you
cheating.
said it. Everybody's cheating, man.
But
Everyone's
it's
on
a different.
something.
But nobody got digital shit that they pointing phones into the dugouts.
I
Who's
love it.
doing that?
I love the players that are like, they fucking cheat as they're as big as houses.
Juice up.
Exactly. That's the thing, dude. That's the thing.
Can't believe the Astros.
I mean,
they
they're
can't-
all like wealthy
Right.
people playing a game to try to win.
Right.
Like, just try to win. That's it.
Yeah, well, you watched the baseball documentary, though, right? From Ken Burns?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember?
About the 21.
Yeah, but you remember that?
I'm done with him and his stupid picture slowly fading
Yeah,
from the
right,
bottom
right.
corner to the top corner. Enough already.
It's not all that. Yeah.
But you know that movie 8 Men Out that they touched on the White Sox scandal,
Yeah.
everything. The problem is that's like that's the bumper. That's like the line now with scandals in sports. If as long as it's not that,
Then you're fine. And
Yeah,
cheating
you're fine.
all the way up to that.
Yeah.
It's sick. They got to do something about it though, man. It's no,
I
no
like
fair, no
cheating in my
takes.
sports. I got to be the guy.
It's
Love
like, who
it.
gives a shit, right? I mean,
I
that's
love
thing.
the cheating.
Either
Wealthy
let them all
people
cheat or
playing
nobody
sports.
cheats.
And they're all doing it. They're all doing it in one way or another.
Dude,
Everybody's
how great was
cheating at
Mark
that level.
McGuire and Sammy
Always.
Sosa?
Yeah, I loved it.
They should be in the Hall of Fame.
It was
They
exciting.
brought baseball back. They were hitting 800-foot home runs. And then when they got caught, Mark McGuire's thinner than me now.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he's tiny now.
Who gives
You don't
a
even get
fuck?
to see him anymore.
No.
No.
But they saved baseball. They
I
got to
agree.
acknowledge that shit.
I agree.
Put Pete Rose in there.
Pete Rose should have been in.
I love that Pete Rose just rubs it in every year.
Joe Jackson.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Shoeless Joe
Of course.
Jackson.
I love that Pete Rose sets up his card table outside Cooperstown. Yeah, you've seen that, right?
I
The
didn't
guy-
see. That's hilarious.
He just rubs it in. So he sets up. I don't know if he still does this, but
He still got the most hits, right?
he fucking sets up a card table during the Hall of Fame weekend, right?
Right.
And signs autographs right in front of everyone's
Good for
fucking
him.
face.
Good for
you
him.
know he's got a presidential endorsement now, courtesy of Twitter.
What?
Trump
Oh, yeah,
endorsed
Trump said something
Says,
about
like,
supporting
they
him.
should
Did he
put it
pardon
all
him? He pardoned him too.
Yeah, he pardoned him.
Roger Stone and Pete Rose.
Put him in. Right.
All the cheaters got out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stearns.
Who?
Bill Stearns.
Bill Stearns.
I don't know Bill Stearns.
Pervert jacking off.
Oh Jesus Christ.
That's
Not Howard Stern.
Who?
He's also held out the Hall of Fame.
Who? I'm jacking off, Robin. We're talking about cheaters in sports. I like the cheaters in sports.
You like a cheater?
I like all of it. I like deflated balls. I like,
Boo.
Who gives a
I-
shit?
what?
Who gives a All right.
Exactly.
I'm all for it. All for it.
Back to
No, I want them all thrown out.
Well,
I want
well,
the
it's
owner
funny.
to lose his team.
Well, what's funny is when a team gets caught, all the other teams make believe they haven't done their own
They don't-
cheating
yeah,
or
yeah.
trying to do their cheating, that maybe it failed.
Yeah,
Come
maybe.
I was
on.
at a corporate. I was at a corporate right after the whole McGuire thing happened.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, and it's also really funny because General Motors just about went down for about $450 billion. And they literally hired me to walk out there and go, look at this truck. Seriously.
That's
good
a
money.
great
They
gig.
flew me in 2 days
I
early.
can't even
That's good
do
money
that.
if you
No,
can get it.
I mean, it's out there. It's one of those 5-star crazy he knows.
Yeah.
And so it's literally all I had to do. Kelly Clarkson came out and sang, and it was all about this truck.
Thin or fat?
Flying back the next day, medium,
Me? All right.
medium,
We got the answer.
and
Medium.
really funny.
This was a long
and
time.
really funny and cool.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
05,
She's funny. Yeah,
05,
yeah, she's
05.
funny.
You know what? I think
Really
she is
funny
funny
and
and cool, by
Yeah,
the way.
really
so
funny and
I
cool.
feel
Really
bad I
funny
said
and
that because she's
No,
got a good
really
sense of
funny.
humor.
No,
No
'cause
question.
we're both sitting there going, the next day I'm on the plane with her, we're flying back, and there's an article, as we're flying back, we're reading how, like, they've just written off their biggest loss in their history of the corporation. Oh, my God. And they're like, we've just lost, $800 jillion or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to Kelly Clarkson, and I'm like, well, they gave me, $10,000. They look at this truck, and she goes, they gave me fucking $250,000.
Good God Almighty.
And we're reading the article on the.
Wow.
There's
On the
literally
plane.
they're in the first. Yeah, because
Wow.
the old USA Today, we're here like GM and General Motors in constant trouble, and I'm like, wonder why. And she's laughing at me, and she's like, I'm like, they invested in me. I understand why they invested in you. Yeah. But look how much they gave me, and she's like, you're crazy, and I'm like, I know, but look at what they.
That's
fucking,
beautiful.
It's fucking insane.
I got an obscure music question for you.
All right.
You know Graham Parson?
Yes, sir, baby.
Not Graham Parsons Project.
No, Graham Parsons
Graham-
from the Byrds and the
Burrito Brothers.
Burrito Brothers and
Is it
Sweethearts
true the
of
Burrito
Baltimore.
Brothers had Wild Horses first?
Yes.
Before the Rolling Stones?
Yes.
I only learned that the other
Yeah,
day
and
from
they
Brother
gave it
Weeze's
to
show. I got to give
They
Brother
gave it
Weeze
to him.
credit.
Yeah.
Wait, so the Flying Burrito Brothers gave the
the
song
Byrd-
to the Stones?
Chris Hillman, it's Chris Hillman and the Burrito. First of all, the Byrd, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. You got to go all the way back to that.
Okay.
If you really want to get into something, they went to Nashville, and they're the California band that went to Nashville, and
Right.
everybody's like,
Survived.
correct, Nick Cox.
So Graham Parson, they credit him for really making country music hip too, right? Back in the day?
He was him and Townes Van Zandt. There's a bunch of them that are pioneers of. There's country outside of Nashville.
Right.
It's where you want to go. There's
Okay.
Texas. There's Bakersfield. There's Buck
Okay.
Owens, and there's that. But
Buck
there's-
Owens.
Buck Owens, fucking.
Well, Well,
excuse me, I think I've got a heartache.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too.
Good song.
I kind of like that.
Kate covered that.
The reason I bring it up.
Sorry,
so
boys.
Graham
I love
Parson
boys.
dies at 26 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
You hear what happened to his fucking body?
What happened?
He was like a king among the hippies, basically.
Right.
So some fans basically talked somebody into saying they were family members. I think they were flying the body back or something. Oh, you know the story, Dick Cox?
I heard about it.
Dick Cox knows more about music than I do.
Because the thing about it is that one of the things about it was they were comparing it to Jim Morrison.
Right.
What the fans and everything were basically the only one keeping the legacy alive.
Right.
Like the family was totally disinterested, but they flew the body back.
Here we go.
Everything, and I think
I'll take it from here. Okay. And then you can fill in the blanks because it's an amazing story. And I know I don't know music like Vic Henley, but I do okay.
He knows more than me.
I didn't know that.
You know as much as I do.
No, I didn't know Graham Parson was as big as he was in the hippie culture and stuff.
Hey.
So fans get the body. They talk to the officials saying we're family members. We're going to sign for the body. It was back in the 60s / early 70s when you could do all this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, here's your body. And then they take it to Joshua Tree and burn it.
Yeah. That's what he wanted.
Oh, wow.
But he wanted that.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
The reason why I know about it was because I was stationed out at 29 Palms, California.
Okay.
Which is literally just 2 stops down from Joshua Tree National Park.
Okay.
Where they did it. Everything, and apparently there's something out there. I don't know if it's because of California, the energy or whatever. But U2, that band, everybody else, just like it's like Red Rocks,
right,
in Colorado.
Yeah,
there's just something that grows and just draws people to that place. So you'll be out doing military maneuvers and look around. There's 14 hippies just like, right in the middle of a fire zone. Like, okay,
you said that it draws people to Joshua Tree, except for the Opster. I was driving.
You're afraid of it?
I'm a huge U2 fan.
Yeah.
All right. Not as much these days, but whatever. So I'm driving from Arizona to California. I went to the Grand Canyon with my brother, and at the airport.
That's not on the way, by the way. But
is it not? No. All right. No, it's part.
Like
no.
500 miles.
No, it's part of the story, though.
Okay.
You're part of the story.
Right.
So at the airport, I have nothing. It was when I got fired in 2002. I look at my brother. I had first class tickets because I wanted to take care of my brother. We had a great trip to the Grand Canyon. Story for another day. At the airport, I go, Brett, I have no reason to go home. I rip up my first class ticket right in front of him. I go, have a good flight. And then I rented a car and drove to California, to Los Angeles. On the way, I see a sign, though. This is key to the story, for Joshua Tree. And I'm like, holy shit, here's my next adventure. So I get on this dirt road heading toward Joshua Tree. 100 miles in.
What?
I'm still nowhere near this fucking thing. And it's getting dark. I don't know what to expect. So I actually fucking turned around and never made it.
Oh.
Because I
100 miles in?
Something like that. Am I right, Dick?
Yeah, the thing about it is like basically the California equivalent is like, think if you're going up 95. You got 301, you got roads that trek alongside of it.
Yeah.
Not frontage roads, but roads that, okay, if there's traffic, I could go on this.
Yeah.
California has the same thing for all their major highways out in the desert, except they're not paved. They're all dirt.
Oh.
So your GPS doesn't recognize that and says, yes, it's 100 miles this way, but it's all
just
dirt.
Right.
So
right.
It's a slow
Gravel.
Right.
Gravel.
Yeah.
Gravel.
I think that was part of it, too, because I'm thinking 100 miles, it's, all right, I got about 3 hours of sunlight. I could do this.
Yeah.
But then it's all, bumps and rocks and
it was getting worse and worse the more you went out? Or
I don't remember anymore, but I do remember. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm not even close to it. So I bailed. I should have just stayed. I had nothing else to do. I could have slept in my car. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I can't get through one of these without telling my Norton story.
Yes. We can end with that.
No, well, it's my Norton, but Norton.
Yeah.
But Norton had a girlfriend when we were in high school, and her name was Phyllis, and we'd always go over and shoot pool. A friend of ours had a pool table in his house, so we could go over there and shoot pool. So it's the old Friday afternoon, and we ain't told any of the girls what we're doing that night, and they're all calling every 8 seconds. The phone's ringing constantly, and we're just shooting pool. Every 8 seconds, the phone rings. So it's me, my girl, Norton's girl, Broadfoot's girl, Phil King. Somebody's calling in. Look, we're shooting pool. Come on. It's 4:30. We told you. Well, we're trying to get some beers going here. Well, maybe it's 6. Maybe we'll go to a movie. We'll go do something. Maybe something's going on. Yeah. But none of them, they're all pestering the shit out of us for like 2 hours. And so finally, on like about 6:30 after fucking 80 calls, I grabbed the phone and go, "Let us down off the cross." Slam the phone down.
I'm with you again.
Flash forward. 25 years later. 25 years later. Norton is driving where Dick was talking. You were talking about. He's on business.
Yeah.
And he's working in L.A. and had some stuff in Phoenix and this that and stuff. He's going for. So out of the random, way before cell phones, he took a picture with a real camera and sent me a postcard. So one day I opened up my mailbox and it was a picture of Norton, and he's sitting there holding that cross, that giant cross at Joshua Tree, the legendary. And he goes, "I finally got down off the cross."
That's classic.
Bravo. I know we gotta get. I know we got to get Sherrod out of here. We can wrap up.
Hey.
Vic Henley's got an album coming out.
Yes.
Oh, Hell Is Real, March 1st.
We get Vic Henley's latest. Let's call it a CD. Let's call it an album. Let's call it digital. Fucking
reel to
download.
Real to real.
8-track. Why couldn't we figure out the 8-tracks back in the day, where the song would stop in the middle and you'd hear,
I hated that.
and then you get to hear the second half of Freebird or something. Judge Jones.
Yes, sir. Enjoyed it. Good time. JudgeJones.com.
I saw.
And I'm starting a podcast with just like stories and documenting my life. I mentioned it to you before. The Diary of Judge Jones. It's on Spotify, and I'm waiting to get it on iTunes and all that.
How about I help you out? I'll put a taste of your podcast on my podcast.
Oh, man,
How about we do that you give me a good 5 minutes and I'll throw it right in.
Man, he doesn't have a good 5 minutes.
Certainly.
Gerard was showing me this
Steven
is
Spielberg's daughter.
This is every father's nightmare, and even Steven
yeah.
Spielberg
She's
can't
doing it.
hold
She's-
this shit back.
She's trying to get her.
What do you say? Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's
McKella?
adopted daughter.
I guess, 'cause she's-
Oh, yeah, she's
stepdaughter.
adopted.
She's got a little color
She comes
in her.
out with her own porn. Apparently, she's gonna have a solo porn.
She's
like
going
a solo
to-
porn because she's waiting for her certificate
Yeah,
to
she gotta
legally
wait.
do it in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, you gotta wait for your dancing certificate, right?
or dancing or
What?
whatever.
You gotta get a
Whatever
certificate to be a live
Dead, I'm
dancer.
using the Force.
There you go. There you
Called
go.
E.T.
Fucking Spielberg couldn't put her in a
Extra-
few movies to maybe prevent this.
I think she just really wanted to do it. is
Yeah, I
what it
think
sounds
if
like.
you're going out for a
Lashing
license and
out.
waiting for a
Right.
license, you really want to ship.
Right.
Lashing out.
That's why you got to make your own kids. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm saying.
Oh, you see this one?
Yeah. Ooh.
The candles? McDonald's coming out with the
I did see
candles?
that. I love that.
I mean,
That's a Carl. That's a
Oh,
Carl.
this is all right up Carl's alley.
nice.
The cabin would have been smelling like this.
McDonald's to sell
McDonald's.
limited edition 6-pack of candles that
Pickles,
smell like quarter
mustard.
pounder ingredients: ketchup, pickle, cheese, onion, and beef. Nice.
They even got the sesame seed bun candle back there.
Nice.
And an onion candle.
Because I like those onions.
You got to burn them all at the same time
But
to smell
those
like the
onions are
sandwich.
very specific on the quarter pounder.
Otherwise, your house is going to smell like Badussy if you just burning the onion by itself.
I could have used the onion candle that day down in the basement. Sure could have used that.
Oh, come on.
It was a bit greasy. I'll do all the callbacks. It was a bit greasy. It was a bit greasy. All right, let's get the
Jesus.
Sherrod, you got to plug in Race
Oh,
Wars.
yeah.
Of course, going strong.
Race Wars every Wednesday. We just had the borough president, Eric Adams, on from Brooklyn. He's running for mayor next year.
How about a little invite for the kids?
Yeah, come through. You know you got an open invitee.
It's been a while.
Wednesday, 5 o'clock. You there?
Fine.
Oh, look at the nigga. I got him on tape. Yeah, but it's so
right.
look for
And,
Race Wars, and I got a new show coming out, sports show, so look for that.
And hey, Matt, thank you. Matt from Get Parts.
Oh yeah, Matt's great.
You saw on the menu they got the Carl, and people.
No, I didn't see
People are
that.
coming by and checking it out. I don't know if it's on. Where is it there, Dick Cox?
It's got to be on a hot dog side.
It's a beer and a shot special. It's called the Carl.
Caffeine and old Rasputin.
Yes.
Oh,
What is Old Rasputin?
It's a beer. It's a
But I don't think I've ever had it.
I love them.
Carl like
I
it.
miss
It's,
Carl
a
so much.
very, it's like a
Well, that's what Matt said. He goes, he carefully picked this.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's really
Miss
nice.
it.
It's on the menu
Carl,
and everything.
$12.
love it. I got to take a picture of this.
Isn't that cool? All right, guys. Thank you very much to Judge Jones, Sherrod Small, Vic Henley, and, of course, Dick Cox, who brought the bar today.
You
Yeah.
got to
bar.
take a picture of this so people can understand what we're dealing with.
It's
quite impressive.
It's absolutely insane.
Oh, it's impressive.
All right, we're out.
Peace.
Good job, boss.
Carl. I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
Opie Radio.
Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. Boo boo. Boo boo. Boo boo. Boo boo. Boo boo. Boo boo.